Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today I want to talk about the conflict that can arise between decisions and expectations, or rather desires and expectations, and decisions is definitely a part of it. One of the questions or frustrations that I often hear from people who, especially who are working with law of attraction or sitting down and writing their intentions, is that the results that they get is not exactly what it is that they're wanting. And they start feeling very frustrated, sometimes discouraged about what's happening and not feeling very powerful, even with all the wonderful information and reinforcement that we keep hearing about, that we are such powerful creators. So one of the places that I find people really getting stuck is in the attachment, the picture of what it is that they're really wanting, and they become so limited in their thinking and in the way in which they're dreaming that oftentimes when things don't play out according to what it is that they imagine, they can miss out on many of the ways that the universe is responding to the prayer, the picture, the desires, the wants that you're putting out into the universe. Another thing that happens is I want to talk about expectations, because that's not something that I think readily comes to mind, is the fact that you can have a strong desire for something. Let's say you have a desire for a soulmate. I know that that's true for a lot of people right now, is that they're wanting to call in that special person into their lives to share their life with. And so a conflict that can be very unconscious is a mismatched expectation. What do I mean by that? There is an expectation that you're going to get hurt, you're going to be lonely for the rest of your life, you're not desirable enough, you're not lovable enough, you'll never be able to have the kind of relationship that you're really wanting. So there is a conflict between what it is that you're desiring and this unconscious expectation that it's never going to happen. Let me give you another example, because this is one I use a lot because it's such a hot button for people. And that is, let's say you have a strong desire for financial freedom. I know that that's on the minds of so many people right now, especially as we're going through so much upheaval in our lives, and money plays out in so many different ways for our sense of safety and security and abundance. And some of you may even be in a process of reinventing yourselves or starting a new business. So you've likely been encouraged to sit down and to think about what it is that you really want, what really calls to your heart. So here's where mismatched expectations also play out. So you may have some beliefs, some expectations that in order for you to create and have a prosperous and abundant life and business, you're going to have to work so hard that you're not going to have a life at all. You know, that whole message about having to work hard and having to put so much energy and effort for something to really work out. Is that true these days? I don't know. I see and hear so many people experiencing wonderful success in their lives, and they're working maybe 3 days a week. So we're invited to begin to challenge some of these expectations. Here are a couple of others that can come in conflict with this desire to have more abundance and financial freedom. Miracles happen to other people, but they don't happen to me. There will always be an ebb and flow in my life, but I'm never going to see a steady stream. People are not going to want to hire me and pay me what I feel that I deserve. I'm not going to be able to make money doing the work that I love. I'm going to lose freedom and have to sacrifice some of what's important in my life, and I don't want to give that up. I'm going to have to work 7 days a week. You see where this is going, right? And I'm curious as to how many of some of the examples I've given you really resonate, ones that perhaps you've thought, things that you've told yourself. You know, so here we're putting out all these mixed messages to the universe. We're saying, this is what I want, but what I expect is this. And so it comes in conflict with what it is that we're wanting to attract. So just sit with that for a moment and think about some of the places in your life where you might be experiencing some struggles and where you may have some mismatched expectations. So the question that comes up many times when I'm having this conversation with clients is, so what happens? Strongest thought form wins is always my answer. Wherever you have the greatest amount of emotional juice is what you're going to call forth, because we're summoning all the time. So if your expectations are stronger than your desires, your expectations are going to win out every single time. So the key here is coming into alignment with your desires, your intentions, and your expectations. So I want to give you a couple of questions that you can begin to play with when you're thinking about what it is that you want to start attracting into your life. So take a moment and think about something that you want to create, something that maybe you have been thinking about or you're ready to start manifesting in your life right now. And I'm going to give you like 3 questions. So when you think about this desire, what emotions might be entangled, what thoughts, what beliefs might be entangled with that desire? And a lot of times, as soon as we start to think about something, we can already hear the objections. The objections are great clues to where you've got some mismatched expectations. So that's something to really pay attention to. Another question is, what do you really expect? Are you expecting your mismatched expectations to play out? Or are you expecting your desires to play out? So if, for example, your expectation is it's going to take a long time or it's going to be hard, here's your invitation to consider, what if it could be really easy? What if it can come with such little effort? What if it could come with joy? What if it can come with ease and grace? What if the perfect opportunities will just show up at the right time and I'm going to be in the right place? What if all the expectations of difficulty that come up for you never happened? And even if some of that did come up, what if you could move through that experience with ease and grace? What if things in the past that have played out, that you've collected it as evidence, didn't come to pass a second time, that you didn't repeat it over and over, that you didn't expect to repeat it over and over because, number one, you're not the same person that you were in the past. The situations that you experienced in the past are not identical to what you're experiencing now, even if there are some similarities. The only way that you can exactly repeat something is you have to be that exact person, that situation has to be exact, and you're not. And life doesn't stand still. We're always in the process of moving. A third question to ask yourself is, do you feel worthy and ready to receive what it is that you really want? And do you have room in your life to receive it? So those are some places to consider. Those are also some clues where you may have some inner healing work to do, where you may have some work to do with shifting some of your beliefs. Those are some of the juicy places I love to play with my clients. So think about some of what has been shared with you today. It could be a starting point for you. And one of the models that I love to work with is desire, decision, and demonstration. What that means is getting clear on what it is that you really, really want, and getting clear on why it's important for you, how that will change your life, and giving yourself full permission to get juicy with that desire. Because the presence inside of you wants your life to be magnificent, wants everything that you want and so much more. And then a missing piece for a lot of people is the decision. It's the decision to say, I'm all in. I want that. I'm going to have that. That's mine. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to have that be my experience in my life. So that decision of putting both feet in and saying yes. And then the demonstration is the actions that you take to bring that desire, that decision, that intention into action. It's where you plant your feet and you communicate to the universe, I am in partnership with you. I am in motion. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. I'd love to hear any of your comments. If you'd like some help in breaking through some of the barriers that you might be experiencing in your life, contact me. Visit me at lorrainecohen.com. And in the meantime, have a beautiful day, allowing all of your desires to manifest with ease and grace. Have a great day.